What's going on, guys? It's New York Prepper here, and I have a hurricane alert for you. And I wanted to also do a tropical update. So, we have a very active hurricane season this year, and it's just coming out today that the National Weather Service has officially ran out of names for all the different hurricanes and tropical storms. So, what they're doing is they're using uh, Greek numerals, okay? So they're going to start using names like Alpha, Beta, Charlie, etc., okay, rather than Teddy or Wilfred or Katrina or, Isaias. All right, so that has only been done twice. This is the second time that in history that the National Weather Service has had to resort to using Greek numerals, rather than um, full names, okay, alphanumerical or alphabetical names, okay. The last time they had to do that was 2005, and if you remember, 2005 is when Hurricane Katrina made landfall on Louisiana and totally destroyed New Orleans. So I want to just do a tropical update, and I think it's significant that they ran out of names for all these storms. I think it just shows you how active the season is. And so today it's Friday, September 19th. I'm sorry, September 18th, 2020. We're heading into the last weekend in the summer, and we're heading into calendar fall in 2020. But I want to go over some of the storms. The immediate threat is Tropical Storm Beta, okay, which is expected to make some kind of landfall around the Texas Gulf Coast. And we have to keep an eye on this one because it could be similar to the last storm that made landfall over Alabama, where the storm was going really slow and there was a lot of rainfall because the storm was going so slow, and it was only moving like 3 miles an hour, and that caused a ton of rain to be dumped on the area. And it could potentially happen with this one as well. We have Tropical Storm Beta. This is the latest advisory as of 4 p.m. Central Time, Friday, September 18th, 2020. Beta is expected to strengthen and possibly become a hurricane while moving slowly over the western Gulf of Mexico over the next few days. There is an increasing risk of heavy rainfall and flooding along the northwest Gulf Coast Sunday through at least the middle of next week, as Beta is forecast to move slowly toward and along or offshore the coast through that time. For additional information, see products from your local National Weather Service office. While it is too early to determine what areas could see direct wind and storm surge impacts from Beta, interests throughout the western Gulf of Mexico should monitor the progress of the storm. All right, so I want to show you guys the warning cone, but it's basically going to be a slow moving storm that's going to hover along the Texas Gulf Coast, and it could potentially turn into a hurricane. So here's the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. They have it turning into a hurricane by Monday, overnight Sunday into Monday. They have it becoming hurricane strength. And then it's supposed to get close to the Texas Gulf Coast by Tuesday. And from there, they're saying it's going to recurve and go north. Okay. So we have to keep an eye on this storm. It could be another flooding event. We could see, 5, 10, 15 inches of rain from this. We could see storm surge, winds, obviously. I think this would be another flooding event for the Gulf Coast states, okay? So we have to keep an eye on this one. This is Tropical Storm Beta. And I want to also show you the general tropics, and what's going on in the tropics. It's very active right now. We have Hurricane Teddy, which is going to go northward and affect Atlantic Canada. It's predicted to go north towards Nova Scotia and Newfoundland area. And some people were saying it could veer off towards New England, possibly New York City. It's hard to say at this point, but The latest models are showing that it's going to go directly north and head for Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. Um, so it doesn't look like there's a chance of it curving towards the New England states and the I-95 corridor, which we know is one of the most heavily populated areas in the world. But they have it as a major hurricane through Sunday and maintaining hurricane strength, as it reaches Newfoundland. So it's a very powerful storm, right now, and it could cause bad swells, So if you're a boater and you plan on having a deep sea fishing trip, you may want to cancel that trip and wait for the storm to pass, so you don't end up like George Clooney in The Perfect Storm. All right. But the maximum winds right now are at 125 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 951 millibars, so it's extremely powerful storm, and it's only going to get stronger. So we have to monitor Teddy because it could still hit, the Northeast. It's really, way too early to tell. But as of right now, the National Hurricane Center has it going north. Then we have Wilfred. Wilfred is an interesting one. It's going directly west. They have it going directly west towards the Caribbean and turning into a depression. This is something also to keep an eye on. Maybe it'll strengthen into something stronger. We also have a tropical wave off of Africa here. Just coming off of Africa right now, it has a 20% chance of development. But we'll see what happens, and we know that we are in a La Nina pattern now, and the La Nina is going to be strengthening as we get into the winter time, which is going to cause a very snowy and cold winter this year for the northern hemisphere, especially the higher latitudes. They're going to have to be dealing with heavy snow and Arctic intrusions. But if you live in the Northeast, the La Nina is the worst case scenario for both hurricanes and for winter storms and for winter conditions, because the La Nina favors a jet stream pattern that steers the hurricanes along the eastern seaboard. So if, for example, if Wilfred or Teddy, if they make their way towards Florida, they're going to be picked up by the jet stream and steered along the eastern seaboard, much like Sandy was. Okay, and so La Ninas tend to have the strongest Atlantic hurricanes and the most landfalling hurricanes on the United States eastern seaboard. So we have to really keep an eye on the tropics through the rest of the hurricane season. And obviously, looking on into the winter, we have to prepare for a snowy and cold winter due to the La Nina, and then the solar minimum on top of that. And then also the wildfires, which have been causing some crazy smoke and haze, which, blocks out the sun and also creates some cooling effects. So I just wanted to update you guys on Tropical Storm Beta and the active hurricane season, and let you know that there's a La Nina coming. We're in a La Nina, which means more active hurricane season, more landfalling hurricanes on the eastern seaboard, snowier winters, colder winters, especially for the Northeast and the Midwest. And also the fact that they ran out of names. I wanted to just update you guys on this. As always, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.